UK drum and bass sensations Pendulum have released their latest album In Silico, and the record, which is their follow-up to 2005's Hold Your Color, captures the band veering more towards the sound of a live band. After recording the instruments live in the studio, Rob Swire and the band were free to experiment in the editing process and mix and match what parts worked best. Artisan News caught up with Rob and Kodish to get their thoughts on moving from a primarily drum and bass sound on their previous albums to a record more involved with live instruments on In Silico.
First album was primarily a drum and bass album, different kind of, types of drum and bass. There's the heavy stuff and it's more melodic kind of stuff. But so In Silico was more involved with live instruments and just recording all the individual instruments live and then taking them back to Rob's studio where he chopped them up and pendulumized them, as I say.
So how did the idea of forming their live band start?
I think Cody sort of started us thinking about putting the live band together, and it took a year for us to even properly get the bits up and running, and to even just find the cash and the technology to put it all together.
We also talked with them to get their thoughts on finally having the technology to reproduce their studio album on the live stage with a live band.
I'd always, had this vision of playing, well, in the past was taking drum and bass and having it played properly live. But back in those days, the technology really wasn't available. So, cut long story short, here we are now, and we've got the technology, and we're able to reproduce what we do in the studio totally live without having to play on the top of sequences or drum machines or anything like that. It's all generated with computers, but it's all totally live.
Pendulum recently performed at the 2008 Reading and Leeds festivals, as well as the main stage of the Creamfields Festival and at the Download Festival. Look for Pendulum at the Big Day Out Festival in Australia in what will certainly be a very busy 2009.